It says I'm live. Think got everything all set. This my notification is up and everything. And how is everybody today? I see Darlene's here, June's here, Nancy's here. I see Darlene and Mary here, June's here, Nancy's here, and Donna. I always hit the wrong way button. I landed it. Gotta get everything plugged in to keep them plugged in. I'm Michelle the Quilter. Say, got me another color of purple to go with the other Jacob Ladder box. Except for this is not the right sewing machine. I go, there's something else I'm missing. What is it? It's Sara Jane. Good thing she's just a step away. And how is everybody doing? I'm Mary Webb. I'm working on my second sinus cold, whatever, summer cold, whatever we want to call it. Second one for the year. I don't know if I got it from my great-grandson because he had a runny nose, or it's just my time again. Can't say I look forward to having summer colds. There. The star of the show is all set up ready. Hi, Carrie. Just working on, like I said, some more Jacob's ladders up on the wall behind me. Yeah, they are the pit. I was hoping to get one more at the Wonky Block Exchange in the mail. Of course, that didn't happen. Of course, that did not happen. There was a pop-up. That's what I was looking at. Trying to get some more light on me. I'm prepared, but not prepared. How's that? That's how it works. She's all, I could say, threaded up there. The needle wasn't quite in the up position. You are moving soon, Carrie? So that means you got to seriously pack. Yeah. Last Thursday, my great-grandson, I was out with them, and he had a runny nose. Then on Friday, I got stung by a bee. And whole hand swelled up. I could probably put my ring back on, but I'm going to wait one more day. And then that package that Laura sent me way back, like July 5th or 6th, because none of the stamps got marked. It finally returned to Laura A's. And it says, surface transportation only. It can't go by plane. It was mailing customer, different things. It was tagged as all sorts of things. A security risk. And it came. Oh, come on. Stay flipped. And it came all tore up. Down here at the bottom, you can see it's all ripped. It's like, that's what they do. But she finally got it back. At least it got one way or the other. I guess we should be fortunate for that. You're going to be sharing an apartment? As long as you get along with the person. You just have to learn to get along. And Jacob's Ladder is a pretty simple. Hi, So Terry. Jacob's Ladder is a very simple block. You have to take 2 5-inch squares, so on each side of the diagonal line, because you need 4 half-square triangles. And then you need 5 4 patches. So that's sewing together 2 strip sets at over 12.5 inches. They say 13 or 14 in the pattern. You just have to make sure you got a good 12.5. And see what else is there. And that's it, I think, on a Jacob's Ladder. It's a pretty simple block. I've made so many go of one color, and now these that are this darker purple, they're going to share the quilt, and that way they make their X. They'll make an X looking design. But Thursday was the red, white, and blue. The red borders on it. It's in a bag waiting to go for me to get backing. And see what else was there on that day. When you try to think, it doesn't always work. And then the one I had before that, the On Point Disappearing 9 patch. I got the border material. And then I got company. Came. So I had to deal with a dog. I had a little dachshund. And Bailey. And little disagreements on there. But it's like, that's how it happens. I have 2 purple blocks sitting out here. So I want to make sure I sew the right way. I'm hoping my thought process is working anyway. I was too lazy to dig out the pattern when I was cutting out more pieces. But this is the same purple that's up here on the wall right now, because I had bought plenty of it to do that quilt plus more, because everything is cut for this one except for the outside border. Because I didn't know how many strips I was going to have to cut and what width I was doing it. But I still have a couple yards of this left. That purple. Hi, Kathy. It's like, I'm surviving with my sinus. As I always say, life goes on. Life always goes on. See, white on white. This one here, I really have to look. I don't know how far before Melinda. Didn't check to see. Last I knew, she's outside of Ellensburg. Because she's got to stop here and pick up some diapers to go. Well, she's between Ellensburg and Moses Lake. That's all I know. So she's a while out. See, she doesn't get to see all the quilts now because I have them off of the design board before she gets here. But that's part of life. You snooze, you lose. You're not here? Watch the YouTube. If you want to see what you're missing. She's always said she's going to, but she never does. Mary's saying her hellos. I forgot I needed the long ruler for 2 cuts. The big question for Kathy is, did you get your room rearranged and cleaned up and wherever? Let's see what looks like. Kathy's response on that one is, did you get anything done differently in your sewing space? Turn these all over while the iron warms up. But it's like beautiful day today here. It says it's 77, sunshiny. That blue moon thing we had last night, you would have thought there was a street light in my backyard. It just lit up the whole backyard. Because Melinda said it was just peeking over the clouds. She could just barely see the moon. I didn't notice where it was so much blue, but it was definitely bright. I think it confused Bailey. She thought it was earlier in the night than it was because you could see so much. She likes staying out till like midnight. 1. She loves laying outside in the backyard. Hold that table up. And then these. No, I didn't. Dave didn't want to help. He did fix my sewing machine space though. Okay, you got a little more room. Four and a half. These have to be squared to 4.5. Now Laura's heading home. Are you across the bridge already, or you still have to go across the bridge? Laura can go home and work on a quilt if she feels like it. Just depends on how her day went. And what projects is people working on? Anything new and interesting? Excuse me. It's like, I just keep getting UFOs done. That's my goal. UFOs. This isn't really a UFO. This was just something I started with. Sara Jane here. I finished the dress sewing marathon. Okay. You're all done with that? Well, you need to sit back and relax. Those back issues don't go away. They do not go away. I had to go out and fill a bunch of holes thanks to Bailey. She thinks she's helping me, but she's not. Oh, you made a dress or two. Well, when you bought the fabric, it's like we don't always point blank think about it. You can't straighten up. It's like Ronnie's trying to wake up Austin. I actually didn't do too bad calculating how much fabric I would need, but had very little left. Maybe make purses. Yeah. There's always something we can fit in there. But I'm just waiting for one more block to come in. Then I can make two of the big patches on this quilt behind me. Because I could put this big section together and then another one to match over here. Hi-yo, Patty. Because I got Yo Patties the other day. And Yo Patties was the last ones I received. Lonnie hasn't come in town to see the little purse. Her mama has seen the purse. So they must have come in on Friday. Because that's the day she was here without her. No. Yeah. But I was hoping one more would come in on Saturday so I could make that block. And I didn't get any mail on Saturday. None. So that was disappointing. But then Connie, her mom had never done, in all the years of quilting making, she'd never made an on-point quilt, she said. And they could not figure out how to put this quilt together. But they had some other... Hi, Maureen. But they had other issues also. It's like when you're making blocks and the piece block turns out to be 10 by 10, you cannot sew a 10 by 10 to a 10.5 by 10.5 unless you want a lot of little pleats or puckers. So had to take the blocks apart and resew them. It was a tulip log cabin, is what it was called. It was done in shades of purple and green, which I could sew those colors together, no problem. I didn't have no issues there. Yeah, I did the changing of the sheets. When Connie leaves, I do change. I have to try Jacob's Ladder one day. They are very simple because you just have your 4 patches and then 4 half square triangles. That's the whole block. Because then it's considered a giant. Hello, Tracy. I'm subcutting my strips now into the 2.5. My mattress on that guest bed is that futon mattress is one of those that it's in control. It wants to lay, move, whatever, do its own thing. It's one thing for sure. It wants to do its own thing. So I try not fighting it. But I always have to remember, like this fitted sheet, it has the elastic runs down the 2 long sides. Where the old sheets used to be, the elastic was around the head of the head and foot. And these sheets, the elastic's only running down the side. I don't understand why, but. And then my king size, being it's 75 by 80, it is hard to figure out which is the 80 and which is the 75 when you're sitting there playing with elastic around all sides. And I keep saying I'm going to mark it. You just woke up? Got to figure out what to make for supper? Yeah. Last night I wasn't too. I was just relaxing. So I just had a pizza last night. When the company, you enjoy the company while it's here, but then you get to the point, go home. You ever know that feeling? Yeah, I'm going to have to. I keep saying I'm going to mark it, but it's like I never do. So it's like, I got to remember one of these times. On one of my sheets, I actually put T and B, and it helped. Yeah, that's what happened to me on Saturday night. Tracy, so stuffed up, couldn't breathe. The 3-day roll on company. Well, she came Saturday and left on Monday morning. But when we have the additional guest, it's like, because the dog. And hello, Susan Munger. Well, I will say that out there on the live because I know she's there. Because we got to figure out. I'm going to unblock all those weirdos that are on mine just to see. I don't think they'll come back. That was back a couple years ago on Kathy's time when we could block them. Now we can't just block people because we want to. Being a moderator. Forgot to hold that thread down. That's like, And my informed U.S. mail does not tell me if I get those little envelopes with these packages. I'm on the big screen. Okay, Laura. Sewing your blocks? Working on your quilt? Little bit of energy. I keep saying I'm going to go back and replay one on the big screen. Oh, Bailey had to make her appearance. Yes. Okay, say hi, Terry. Say hi, everybody. You got to keep your head up. You got to keep your head up if you're going to say hi to everybody. Mary says hi, Bailey. Hi, Shirley. And Terry says, love you, Bailey. Yeah. I was just informed last night by her soon-to-be stepdad that I have Bailey until spring. I have her till spring. Yeah. It's like, he said he was sorry. Money's just not coming up as fast as they would like it to come up. And my yard's already fenced. It's like, I don't know. I didn't want to ask anymore. You would have thought by the size that I died. Because I said, really? Really? I said, you're kidding me. That's what he says. Early spring. He said, guarantee it before the wedding. And I thought, really? It wasn't my best. But what do you do? So this little guy Laura's quilt's going to be for a Charlie. She came September last year. I think like September 1st. Because she came, Alan, Ace, and Bailey all came at the same time. Yeah. It's like, but they are in charge of all her bathing, grooming. So she's got to come up. It's like, yeah. That one day, Ace bit me twice in one day. I told him if he wanted to keep alive, he better knock it off. It's where he bit me is just about healed. Hi, Denise. Yep, Bailey had to. No, she's gonna miss YouTube. But Dave goes, you know you'll miss her. It's like, yeah, let me enjoy it first. Let me try it. Because then I showed him all the holes she's dug. And so that means I probably can't plant my bulbs. But I have to. Yeah. I'm sure she does, Terry. Hi, Gayla. But she is going to be able to go free. She will be kenneled when Melinda's at work. And if Dave gets off before her, then she She will not be kenneled. And that's why, if the kennel's still here, so they have to plan a trip across. Hi, Lori. They have to plan a trip over the mountain in a pickup to get that stuff. And there's something else they got to do. I forget what it is. But she will have other playmates over there. Because there's Gunner. One guy has two. There's four guys share this 20 acres. And one has one dog. One has two dogs. And then they have two dogs. I think there's another dog, but I'm not sure. No, this crate doesn't. The 6-foot chain link fence stays 6 foot. But she's got the igloo here, that 6-foot thing, and then she's got the big dog kennel in the back room, and her big rug, or her big thing. Heck, they have a pickup load just with her stuff. Yes, this is Sara Jane. I went to Florida and picked her up. Susan Munger is in, she can hear us, but we can't figure out why she can't chat. She can watch us. She can do everything. Her and her mom, they went yard sailing, and I think this was one of the, and her mother heard the story of how I've always wanted a featherweight, and she offered to sell me her featherweight. Hi, Gayla. Yes, it is, Gayla. The comments in some of my afters, they say it's like coming to a neighborhood with friends. I cleaned up all my fabric or organized it. Not really. Tried to find patterns for what I had. That 5 hours I'll never get back. Yes. It's like when I was cleaning my closet that's behind this part of the design wall, the brown side. I thought it was a roll of interfacing for making half square triangles. Well, it ended up 10 yards of white fabric. And then I unrolled it this morning because I bought it they said it was a 10-yard chunk. It's got 12 yards. Score for me. I paid $4.99 for a yard for 10 yards, and I got a bonus. But the other time I got a 10-yard, I got one that had 9.5 yards. And then another time, I got 10.5 yards. So I'm still above. I'm still above. It's like, yeah. Sandra, you will be getting happy tomorrow. I sent you the patterns for the quilt we talked about with all the different houses. Is that the package? I have a notification for a package coming tomorrow. I started quilting this morning, got the bug. Hunter Star is on the go. And Laura's saying hello to. So I refolded all that fabric because I couldn't fold it. So I cut off the 4 yards for the quilt. I'm going to start doing the next one that I start is going to be the Angela Walters I forgot to put new ink in my printer. So the Angela Walters, All Roads by Angela Walters. This is going to be the one I do. And it takes a layer cake and 4 yards of background. So I cut the 4 yards of background and have it all ready. And I store the pattern. I've had this pattern since like 2021. I think it was. And I finally printed it out. No one says I had to rush. Because I was given that layer cake as a thank you for hand sewing down the binding. I'd rather have had the money to buy what I wanted to buy, but they purchased so that's going to be in that one. And then there's Darlene says she was going to make it. And then, see, here's the Jacob's Ladder. Simple 9-patch. They call it a 9-patch because of 9 blocks. But it's all the half square triangle, or 4 patches gets sat out the same way. And then these face each other. So it is a very simple. Okay. Well, Maureen keeps me busy with quilt projects for the lives too. I do one thing on Tuesdays and another one on. But today I just grabbed these up because this needed to be done. And on featherweights, this flips up and down, yes. And then on the 222s, this all slides out and gives it a smaller throat. Because I think Terry would have to tell me. I think it raises and you can pull it out to have the small throat. Because I don't have one, so Terry's going to have to. I think that's what I remember seeing. They always will have that little, because of the gears. They said you can listen to those gears and tell when it needs something done. Yeah, I want the free arm too. It's like, but I'm not picky. I got this one. Because I've read so many horror stories where people purchase and get the stuff and it's not what was supposed to be. But you know, the 221 is so small you can free arm. It's like you just have to figure out how you're doing. And then I've watched so many people machine quilt on them. It's like the one featherweight doctor in Idaho, they just did a painted one. I mean, it's greener than I'd ever want a green. And it's like, I don't mind green, but that green was just too much. I have to decide which one of my featherweights I have to find a new home. I know my nephew wants one for his wife. I just can't work on any more for a while. Yes. It's like, you wouldn't think there'd be the back issues, but there's still the back issues. Because you're to look at some of these places and picking it up and the position, it's like just working on the 66. And that 66 is a heavyweight. I don't know how much they weigh, but they're not light. So when my wrists are bad, I don't like even picking her up and down out of the machine. And Tracy wants to know if Terry has any for sale. She's got to figure out which one's her nephew's for that one. I guarantee if she had a 222, it wouldn't be for sale. But I was vacuuming, trying to get more of Bailey's hair up. I already had to empty my dust cup for the 5th time, and I haven't went back over anything. Oh, yeah. I know they're not light. The featherweights are really nice. But I won't give up the 66 either. Except for Alani. She doesn't know it's there yet. She thinks that's her desk. But I bet if I had the sewing machine set up one day when she was here, she'd have a fit. Carrie got a new light. But on that one featherweight thing that Terry had me join, it's like hearing the horror stories of those people not getting their what they ordered and vice versa. It's like, ooh. You don't know who to trust. We can trust Terry because we know her. You know, you don't have to know someone that much in person. Terry's close enough to being, we know her. I've seen her once on a private Zoom. You can trust Terry. But that green one that they just seen freshly painted with the gold, I just did not like it. It was the wrong color green. It's like an emerald green, I think. Oh, it's like, where's Facebook when you want it? I'm looking up for the green one. Okay, Terry. Let's see if this comes in good enough. So, okay, Tracy. You gotta feed the guy for sure. Yeah, that is green. It's just not quite the right color green for me. His Grinch. Oh, that's what it is. It's Grinch green. Yep. But that is green. You can't deny that one. But I was, yeah, I would even be a little leery of give if they give it to me. I'd be going, I wonder if I can paint. But then I go, maybe I could decal it. But I was looking at their thing that they made for holding up the table. It's two shelf brackets that they can that they adjusted the width. It's just two shelf brackets. Yeah, I'd be getting those leopard decals, something, or a lot of flowers, something to cover up. That's a lot of green. That is a lot of green. Yeah, yep, the foils. Purple, that one purple rainbowy floral that you had, leopardy. That'd be it. Because it definitely needs something. It's just too green. Well, they could do a red sparkle, and then they could have Wizard of Oz. They could just start going by show themes. Teal blue. Out there to make a machine with that foil that yes. I still like what I call tutti frutti. Your doorway, your doorstop. I still she turned out very pretty. I just thought of something. It's like get my great grandkids' fingerprints and put them on the machine as a memory. Hi, Sherry. And you could put that in the foil and no one would even know their fingerprints was there. Hi, Sam. don't think it's like every time I count, I think of Sam. Sam and Coda. Oh, Lori's paying Baba Chicken. And on that featherweight thing, Terry, how come people are wanting to take this from up here and putting it down like the school bell? Why is everybody wanting to retrofit theirs? I don't get that. If this is where it came originally, why did they want to put the one down in the front? Hi, June. Was you playing with your new toy? The school bell was the oldest style of. So there. Yeah. But I notice everybody's trying to retrofit that bobbin in that one guide in the front instead of where it's at. I don't understand. Why would you want to fool with something that worked for years? Oh, you fell asleep? Well, you not only have to drill into your machine, wouldn't you have to fill in your hole somehow from the other one? Yeah. I just don't understand. Because look how many years it worked for Singer. Now, all of a sudden, people are wanting to change it. And then, so here's this one done. Oh. I have the other one sitting here ready to go. I don't think June slept very well last night. She's like a little kid in a candy shop. Excuse me, got the hiccups. I'll needle down first. Yeah, June said she fell back to sleep. When I want to sleep, I can never sleep. And when I don't, I say I can't fall asleep, I do. It's like, you can't win for lose. But trying to plan the next quilt, the next this, and then trying to figure out something for Jelly Roll Saturday for September. And being it's not on my list, I'm trying to find a simple one. Just so we can say we all participated. And I used the jelly rolls I wanted from another YouTuber. Okay, now get these Jacob's Ladder all have different whites. They have the same white per Jacob's Ladder, but they're different white on whites. Another one I have to make sure it's in the correct side. But it's just scrappy whites. Wrong presser. Like, ugh. Because I did think I could do that log cabin tulip, but then I got no. I have to find more green. You got me more color specific, and I didn't feel like doing that. So I'm back to thinking just sewing 4 strips together, cutting a square, just putting them back and forth together and say done. And Maureen's got, yeah. I go to sleep about 1, wake up about between 3 and 4, can't sleep for an hour or 2. Fall back to sleep about 7, wake up at 8. It's like, then I'll fall back to sleep, wake up, have my alarm set for 9, so I have to get up no matter what. It's like, I don't have to. I can turn it off and ignore it. Taxi time, okay. And I haven't heard any more on about Alani. It's like, what school, if I do what, I haven't heard nothing. Except for she signed up. For Jelly Roll Day, I plan on finishing the rug I started last September. That works. I have one rug. I don't need it. I need another one. It's like, I make the smaller ones for hot pads on the top of my cupboard. Like when you put a big casserole dish out on the table in the middle. That's what I made. Started making just like hot pads. It helps. Because it was no fun trying to make sure I had a big enough workspace. I was 65 when I made my rug. It has 65 jelly rolls, pieces. the strips. 65 strips in my jelly roll rug. I had 66, but I was only turning 65, so I said, this is where it quits. Commemorative. I could call it that. I know I did it when I was 65. And it's Christmas. And it hasn't been on the floor yet. Because I figured I'd put it in front of the Christmas tree. Hi, Donna Armstrong. And how's Donna Armstrong today? But our lives have been so interesting. I wasn't going to sew a thing while Connie was here, except for work on my binding. And then I'd put the red border on my red, white, and blue quilt top. And then I redid that one for her mom. Hanging in there. Yeah. I seen that, Donna. It's like, yeah, sad times. It's like, yeah, I found out. Forget which day. Must have been Friday. I just found out the neighbor's son committed suicide. And that didn't help my weekend any. Lost the race, but don't have to re-sew anything. Yep, that's good. So I had all sorts of extra cards to deal with. Not only the 5 across the fence plus mine, I had to deal with the extra dog. Yeah. But she apologized for not saying anything. She kept it to herself. But I don't know if she finally told me because I was going to have a bunch of cars, extra people around. Yeah. Yeah. There is a... Connie tried getting me to take a dachshund. Especially when you don't know of them having any issues. But it was bad for Alicia also because her dad committed suicide the same fashion. And so it was really hard on Alicia. And then she was supposed to come back here and work on some stuff. And it just brought up old memories and she couldn't do it. She just went out for a drive. She just went for a drive, was thinking about her dad. And there's just times you got to do it. Yeah. Because he didn't say anything to any of them. No warning, no anything. But that's what happens. We don't know what they're thinking. We have no idea. It'd be nice if we could. And it's like, I have enough. I can't keep up with Austin. Believe me, his mom and I, we wonder sometimes. We really do. She goes, what the heck did we do to deserve? I says, do I have to tell you the facts of life? But he has tried us for everything. Oh. And quilting keeps my sanity. Hi, Joanna. Says Joanna Walker says, hi, everybody. Everybody. Says everyone. Okay, save that white. One more strip set to cut. Need five pieces off of each one of these little strip sets. And I like how they had us sew them in smaller pieces because you can hold a straighter line. Yeah. I guess we got to be in their mind. I guess we all have a little time bomb in our head, I guess. Sometimes the alarm goes off when we don't want it to. Because, like, Alicia's dad, a lady had just broke up with him. The reason he broke up his marriage. And then she decided to break up with him, and that just was it. I would put my kids before a woman or a man. My kids always come first. I think my kids came first before my husband. Because they was part of me. I will do just about anything for them. Yeah. It's like, Austin has to live in this trailer that, leaks, or he's cold or he's hot, but it's like, it's a roof over his head. It's like, okay, on to a better subject. Are you guys? I know one's gonna finish on the jelly roll thing. Are there a bunch of sites doing jelly roll day? I don't know. Or are you just gathering with friends? just virtual sewing with a group. Okay. We're going to ignore the sewing machine altogether. Because my other jelly roll quilt project, I know there's been talk of people September 21st. There's been talk about it. I would rather do a private one, like Messenger. Carrie's doing a live now. Okay. But I would rather do it in Messenger, and that way we can talk and interact with whoever's sewing with us. That's what I would rather do. That way it's not just you guys listening to me, so or vice versa. You know, me listening to somebody else. I'd rather do it in a live thing. No, I'm not doing the race one. I did that last time. This time, it's just going to be sewing 4 strip sets together, which would be, what, 8.5? And then cut, and there'll be 8-inch squares that go back and forth. That's all I'm going to do, and then border it. Yeah, you've been using your jelly rolls on the wonky blocks? I've been just using anything to cut up on the wonkies. Because most of my scraps all end up tinies. Because I try to use every inch of my fabric the right way. And then, like that one piece, I just, it's a 12-yard piece. I needed 4 yards for this next project. So I just cut the 4 yards. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're at that stage, Terry. You're just going to have to, unfortunately, we have to learn to live with what our back can do. We avoid what our back can't handle. And my kits, I have lots of leftover so far. But then I buy more to go with the kit to get it bigger. So then, luckily, it's borders that I can buy pretty much right up to what I need. And then I hold on to the scraps until the quilts are all done. Oh, you're going out to dinner? Are you going barbecue tonight, Laura? Means you didn't barbecue last night? I got to go out to McDonald's to see if they got the collector cups in. But if they didn't get the collector cup in, I don't have to buy anything at McDonald's. Trying to get one Barbie cup. June Hansen, thanks. I do appreciate it. It's a spasm. I hope my daughter happens to drop by and bring dinner. I won't ask her. She is always running for somebody. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I don't feel like doing much. Of course, this sinus thing don't help me, and nothing tastes good thanks to the sinus. Laura, you'll have to send me which jelly roll motive pattern you like. But my one jelly roll is going to be the wedding ring quilt. But I could use just all the other, because that's the most variety of boutiques I got. Yeah. Post it on your Facebook page. Post it somewhere. I have looked at so many jelly roll things, it's unreal now. And the other day I went out to McDonald's to try and get the cup. And they was out of the cups. They had to wait till Tuesday for a new shipment to come in. Nothing new up in the comments. There's so many different processes and procedures for different things. I don't know. I wish they'd all work for the same for everybody, but they don't. I miss my no pain chiropractic. Yeah. Okay, Kathy. Have a nice day. Almost forgot which way to sew this on. I sit there and flip flop them. Yeah. I know when my back hurts and I drop something on the floor, I just look at it and say, okay, it'll be there when I feel better. I have actually kicked it over to the side. And then someone will come in and say, "What's this on the floor for?" I says, "Because I can't pick it up." No barbecue? Okay. Moda Starflower. I think I did see that one. I'll have to go look again. Yeah. I was trying to find one that I didn't have to use a lot of background color. That's what I was trying to do. I want to just use up the jelly roll I got more than anything. Oh no, Lori. Yeah. Like I say, my back goes out more than I do. But then I've been told that that's what happens when you're old. It's like, okay, people. That's what happens when you're old. Oh, Ronnie's trying to get Austin awake again. It's like my neck. The chiropractor says if it wasn't for all the whiplashes and concussions, he says that you got to be nice to your neck because there's not a whole lot they can do. It's like I'm deliberately doing this to myself. Not. I figured as soon as I get done with this, and if Melinda's been here and gone, she just put something on road 3, round 3, whatever. Road 3 goes to Ronnie. Now, where the heck is Melinda at? Why would you send me a message like that on road 3? Yeah, she must have went out and seen Ronnie. I don't know. I can't find road V. I'll send her a message. If you're going to stop and see Ronnie. It's not enough time in her day when she lives on their side. But it's making Lori sit down and get some of her projects done, unfortunately. Seems like the one surgery I had, day surgery, I asked them where the uh, softer bed was, because there is no good cush. There is no good cush on those daybed surgery things. I wanted them to leave me on the soft one I was at. Because those, is that a quilt for fun? This Jacob's Ladder, yeah. It was a project that I come up with quickly for sewing with on the featherweight. But the other one with the jelly roll race, it's like, there's always somebody that needs a quilt, because there are different places we can send quilts to. I cannot sleep on an inner spring mattress. It has to be either the air or the all foam. When we traveled, I actually carried 4 inches of foam with me. And I redid the hotel bed because I cannot sleep on an inner spring. And I can't sleep on a rock like those dang beds. It's like a sidewalk out there. The ground. Yeah. I have the memory foam futon bed for out in the living room. I used that when I had my foot surgery. And then when I did the ribs, when I bruised the ribs and didn't want to, I had to be in an incline. That was fun. But memory foam is me. And I've been going to order me a new bed. But I'm going to downsize the bed. I'm going to plan for the future. Because my son, he keeps saying he's going to just lock me in and bring me food. That's going to be my care. So I've been planning, if I downsize the bed, then I have room to put like a wheelchair in there or get the walker in there. Plan for the future. Being as I am one day short. This is my last day of being 829 months old. Oh no, tomorrow I change. Because I have Tempur-Pedic right now. But if I downsize, I still want to go maybe the thicker mattress so I can still use my quilts I've made. So I would have to take it taller off the ground, which wouldn't hurt my feelings any. Here's block number 2. And see, when you put them together, see, they can make that. You can see the start of the X and then the secondary design. Yeah, I have to have air circulation. But air circulation can also be too cold. So here's that. Which one do you want? even in the winter. You have the fan on, it's too cold. So you don't sit under the fan. You let the heat go, but you want the fan on to circulate the air. I said, I need one of those little teeny tiny fans to sit in the corner, just enough to circulate the air. And thank you. But it's like, my mailman's going to be late today. So it must be the girl. Yeah. I have a fan on just about 365. If I get too cold, it goes off for a while. And if I get too hot, it's got to come back on. It has to come back on. See, I'm still 79 and sunny. It's a bright sunny. The first block took me almost an hour to make, and the second one took me 30 minutes because I was talking too much through the first one. I just seen one little thing flipped over in the back. My OCD. Flip them over. See which way the seams are. It's like that one's off just a little bit, but it's not enough that I'm going to redo it either. All the other points are there. When it's done and it's quilted, I will just have lots of lap quilts in my old age. Can't call them golden years. Can't call them the golden years. Because it's like maybe silver because they tarnish. Turn Miss Sara Jane. Turn off her light. Because the lights sure hide everything over there. But I'm going to call it a day. Go take a nap. No, I'll go up to McDonald's, get the stuff, and then I'll come back. Get some rest. And see you guys all on Thursday. Hopefully Thursday. Starting something new. I don't know. We'll see what Thursday brings. Because my head don't like thinking right now. It's clogged. But I'm glad that you guys all come over today to keep me company. And I'm glad to keep you guys company. But yes, thank you, Mary. And it's like, I was glad last week when I came on early and we had Gisela and everybody join us. You haven't gone home yet? I wear a sweater all the time. They love air conditioning big time. Yeah. And yes, we'll talk to you guys later. I might get one of those late night things that says, okay, I have nothing to do. So get you guys all up here. But you guys be good and work on those UFOs. See you on Thursday. Bye.